It's about 2:45. We've been on this vessel, the Gulf Storm, for about an hour and a half now. Louisiana is that way. We left there a little while ago. We've come out into the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico is always a fascinating place because it's so much more alive on the surface than you would think a big body of water is. We're heading about 50 miles into the Gulf of Mexico, right around where the oil spill was. We are going into areas where spotters in airplanes have gone over and determined that there is oil. Then they call in these vessels who take booms, two vessels at a time. They take a boom and they try and corral the oil. They try and collect it. When they've got enough, they call in the support vessels, and a team really goes in. They get permission to ignite it. They ignite it, and then that oil burns off. All right, so even though this is crude oil, it's been degraded a little bit from its mixture of the water. You can't sort of just throw a match on it and hope that it's going to ignite. So what happens is they put one of these in with it. This is 2 half-gallon jugs of diesel. You know, it's painted red. It's dyed red, and it's got a gelling agent in it. And then at the bottom here, you see a flare. And they light the flare. The flare then melts the plastic around the diesel, ignites the diesel, and hopefully the diesel burns hot enough and long enough in that oil that it ignites the oil. And if that all works, by the way, that's what you end up with. All right, we're a few miles away from the source of the spill. There are, I saw about 7 different in situ fires burning. These are controlled burns of the surface oil when we arrive. Now they're all in different stages. That's the one that seems to be burning the most at the moment. We're going to head out there and get some sense of where it is. You'll see as we come up there are shrimpers on either side of that fire. That's where the boom is connected. They corral the oil, basically, that is then set on fire, and a successful burn will look like that. Now, if you look up, you'll see that the collection of all of these burns have created a bit of a cloud above us. It's darker here than it is in the areas around us. This is the burn, and it's dissipating into the atmosphere at the moment. Let me just give you a sense of what's going on. You can see the fire in the background. That one's been going on for a while, actually. It's a very successful fire. Now you can see in the foreground, you can see a little of this boom here. They've corralled more oil, and they're getting ready to ignite that. Now that's the ignition boat over there, and they're inspecting it to see whether it's the right thing to do. So you can see how the characteristic of this fire has changed in just a few minutes since we were last here. It was big and black. There wasn't as much steam. You can see the white stuff is steam versus the black, which is the petroleum that's burning off. So this was described to us as a mature fire when we got here. It looks like it's now starting to burn off the oil on the surface. When that ends, this team of ships will go to another location, corral more oil in those booms, and then set those on fire. The sun's getting ready to come down here. You can see the remnants of one of the big fires that we were looking at earlier today. And then over here, this is an interesting one. It's probably about 5 miles out, and it's still burning. Now, they don't set more fires as the sun is getting ready to set, but if there is one that's been burning, they continue to let it burn. They continue to monitor it. Now, we're back on the vessel that's going to take us back to Venice, Louisiana. We left there many hours ago. We're going back, but these guys are staying here. They're going to start up first thing again in the morning. They're going to keep on fighting these fires. They're going to keep on building these fires, burning this oil and burning it out until there's no more left for them to burn.